Firstly, thank you everyone. You're all eagerly waiting for the score. It's 140 for 1. So I won't stand between the match, so I'll keep it simple. The topic given actually was media agency models today, tomorrow. I'll keep it as simple as possible. It's a very interesting topic in a time when there are massive changes which are happening across both the agency ecosystem, clients, consumers. Uh, and it's a very tricky topic. Whatever I say, you can contest it. Whatever I don't say, also you can contest it. So it's not going to be easy, but I'll give it a shot. I'll put down some of the perspectives, my own journey, my observations on what I have faced in the past, current, future, so on and so forth. If you really want to understand the future a bit, the best thing is to go in the past, see where we are. So let's go back in the year 1990. Why 1990? 1991, the Indian economy opened up. Simple reference, a lot of things happened in the Indian economy. So this is not a class for economics. I'm not going to belabor and give you GDP numbers, but India did very well when that very important decision taken by Narasimha Rao and team. Advertising marketing was fairly simple. I have a lot of friends here in the audience, some advertisers, some clients, some agencies. Not very complicated like we see as today. The books that we referred to was, I remember Kotla, Brand Positioning by Subrata Sengupta, and Al Rice. So if you read those three, you kind of got everything right. And maybe if you're lucky and for the creative bent of people, it was Ogilvy on advertising. That's kind of defined what our advertising marketing industry was. You did a decent, good enough product. You put some weights behind it on media. I started my career in client servicing, then turned a media planner. My media plan was 10 lines. 2 ads in Times of India, 2 ads in Hindu, 1 radio, and 1 or 2 TV channels. And there was no work-life balance issue. I went home at 6 o'clock. So, those are the good old days. And a lot of the things time spent was on brand positioning. I worked very closely with creative agencies, media agencies. And one of the challenges was get some good slogans. So brands which did that became national brands. You build distribution. Pretty simple, right? And then things slowly over the mid 90s started changing. It started becoming more around, integrated plans, multi-channel plans, content, what is the process, optimization. The language in the next 10, 12 years, it kind of changed. And slowly from what we believe the madman era, we became a more mathman era. And there's a big shift started happening around the 2000 to mid 2000 from a right brain oriented tilted industry to more left brain oriented. That's one. And where are we today? This cartoon, I think the previous session and this session kind of captures some of the mood of what's happening in marketing, personal life, professional lives everywhere. This has been put on I'm not trying to undermine the power of AI, and I'm no expert on that one, but I think it has become mainstream for us to seriously consider what is the role of AI and many such things, many other technologies that we have. So that's kind of the journey. It's not been an easy journey. I know you've been sitting and listening, so let's make it a little interactive. Let's do a poll here. How many of you, show of hands? It's very simple. I'm going to ask you 2-3 questions. Just put your hand up, or if you don't want to put your hand up, that's also fine. How many of you here are from client background? Okay, a couple. How many from agency background? More in the agency background. How many are from media owner, publisher side? Okay, fine. It's so more agencies, few clients, few publishers. Rest is DKCS, don't know, can't see. Okay, so that's also fine. So let me ask you a set of questions. Show of hands. There's no right or wrong. Pretty simple, right? Are you using or have you heard anyone using some of these words. I'm going to flash few words one by one, and you can just put your hand up. Okay, few hands, 5, 6 hands. Oh, little more hands. Okay. Ideate, okay, fine. Some more hands. Millennials, little more hands from the back side. Okay. New normal. Okay, wonderful. Phygital. No, your choice. You can be in the DKCS category. I don't know all of you, so it's fine. So, okay, phygital, slightly lesser. Pivot. Okay, more hands. Very interesting. So you are not any different from many other people who use this word. So there's nothing, I'm not being judgmental, but this is a classic thing of marketing in a midlife crisis. That these are all words used either by agencies, clients in some way and form. And that's really what is happening today, here and now. Obviously, to keep the mood a little lighter, I've used those words. But what does this really mean? What does it mean for the industry? That's the point. Oops. This is, so sorry. How do I go back? I'm going to play a small video of what really is happening in the world of marketers agency. This video was created by Mark Ritson. For those of you who know Mark Ritson, he's a very prolific speaker, very controversial. With Mark's views, you can either agree or disagree. There, I don't think there will be in between. And it's Australian. He's a teacher, wonderful guy overall. You can look up to his videos in YouTube. This is a film about marketers, agencies, consumer. Sit back, relax. It's a 4.5, 5-minute video, but very interesting video. And then I will talk about what is happening.
You just don't listen to me anymore.
Do you even know what the word loyalty means?
For a relationship to work, you've got to have honesty. Thank you for coming in today, consumer marketing. You've been together for some time now, but it's fair to say the last few years haven't gone well. Consumer, what do you think has gone wrong?
Well, for me, it's very simple. She just doesn't understand me anymore. It's like she can't see who I am, the real me. I don't know if she ever really knew who I was, but the past few years, it feels like we've completely lost touch with what matters, with my needs.
Oh, for God's sake.
Marketer, please.
Marketer, thinks she knows everything, so she doesn't need to genuinely understand me.
Okay, marketer, where do you feel the problem lies?
I feel totally rejected.
What?
And I've seen you with other people.
Yeah, other people.
Yes, other people. You know, when we first met, you only used to care about me. You were only interested in me.
Yes, you used to be fun.
That is so unfair.
I don't know. What happened?
I'll tell you what happened. Over the past 10 years, you have lost your loyalty. Did 2002 call and say, oh, I want my
Maybe you
loyalty
can
back?
be loyal to a lot of different people.
I'm not sure if this is helpful, but have you read any Byron Sharp?
Who the fuck is Byron Sharp?
Well, according to him, consumers just behave the same as everyone.
Yes.
Marketer, you may need to lower your expectations.
Yeah. No, you don't need to lower them that much, surely.
Marketer, please. Now, you say you feel insecure.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about that.
Okay, well, I have been worried about my performance. Sometimes it's all I think about and I'm worried it's letting me down.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe it's just because you spend too much time online on social media.
I have to do that, it's my job.
Yeah, but you keep watching all those videos, all this unrealistic, fake stuff. Her performance is fine. I just need to feel a bit of emotion. All you think about deep down is short-term gratification.
Perhaps we should talk about
No,
that.
we shouldn't, because it's absolute crap.
No, it's not.
He likes new things on the internet as well.
Not as much
New
as you.
toys, he likes to spice
Yeah, it looks
up.
great,
Yeah,
but
he
it's
really loves
so
that.
underwhelming.
Well, at least I'm trying.
I'm a traditional guy, but you're always like, look at how they do it on TikTok.
TikTok is good.
Maybe I just like a simple, basic position.
I have got so many different
I
positions.
don't want them. I'm an average guy, like coming home, watching TV.
Subscription channels. You know I can't get into those.
Not really, mostly normal telly.
I hadn't noticed.
Because you're too busy on Twitter to notice anything.
You like Twitter as well.
Not as much as you.
You like Trey?
Trey?
Trey Bloom.
Like is not
He's a
the
good
word.
influence on you.
No, he's not a good influence. He's an idiot.
Tells me you like him.
Nobody likes Trey except Trey and you.
He's got 2 million followers.
Okay.
Oh,
Can we please try and talk to each other in a positive and constructive way?
I'm being constructive. Anyway, how do you know that I've been following Trey? Have you been checking my phone?
Maybe.
I knew it.
It's called personalization. I admit it. I have been lost and
Just focus back on the reality of me. Sometimes it feels like you don't even think about what motivates me anymore.
I'm trying. I really am trying.
Listen, I'm still very attracted to you. And I'm still the same person.
Do you mean that? Because I want you more than ever, and I really feel like we can connect deeper.
I agree. Okay. Just stop reading my emails.
Okay. I think that was a very productive first session.
Okay, so the film is much longer, but I kind of edited. You got a sense of what really is happening with the consumer marketer agency. But let's turn a little more serious and see what are the symptoms of this midlife crisis. Firstly, impulsive decision making. A lot of marketers are forced to take short-term actions. There's something theme that the cycle of, if you looked at the 1990s way of building the brand, you had at least a 5-10 years view. Whatever I say, there are always exceptional marketers who will not be part of that group, but by and large, extreme short-termism has become the norm. Dramatic behavior changes in terms of either rebranding or thinking, changing the logo, distinctive assets. You keep questioning yourself. Thoughts on infidelity. I'll give you one hard data. Just in India, Jan to June this year, there have been a total of 122 media pitches, big and small. If you include just the big ones, that's about 70% of the business, and which were only 3 clients, which contributed to 70% of the business. That means 117 clients contributed to 30%. So agencies are busy, clients are busy. So that is one of the things. If things don't go well in a relationship, easy decision, change the agency. An intense feeling of nostalgia, and this I see day in, day out when I meet new clients. In those days when I was running this brand in this company, we did things in a particular way. I will not obviously name the client. It happened to me recently, 4 days back, meeting a client, and he said, I come from this background. This is whatever FMCG I landed. I built this businesses. And then you see the good old world. It's like my mom saying, those days from one station to another station, I could just travel in 10 paise. In 2023, is that even a relevant conversation? Constant comparison of oneself to others. Oh, maybe the legacy brands think the startups guys are doing it right. The startup guys think that maybe there are things that you can learn from legacy brands. So, agile, how can we be flexible? So, I think all of this is possibly leading to some of this, midlife crisis. The symptoms are much longer. So what is really the truth? The truth we should all find out, right? As Gloria said, the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. And the real truth is we all serve, whether an agency or marketer, we are all finally serving the consumer. Let's not forget that. I think often we talk about it, but we don't spend enough time about that. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to play you a very short video about what the consumer is feeling. This is not opinion. This is a large research that we conducted globally. So those are the findings of how the consumer is feeling, and then we will take it from here.
To understand the forces of change, forces that will impact marketing. We consulted the Singularity University, a specialist in forecasting the impact of exponential technologies. The result, the 6 forces of change that are highly likely to impact marketing as we head towards 2030.
Guys, can you stop it and play it? Otherwise, we'll not be able to see. Yeah.
To understand the forces of change, forces that will impact marketing. We consulted the Singularity University, a specialist in forecasting the impact of exponential technologies. The result, the 6 forces of change that are highly likely to impact marketing as we head towards 2030. Physical separation, lives spent connecting via screen technology, dispersing populations, redefining work, overhauling how we connect, transforming how we buy. Shallow living, increased time multi-devicing and multi-apping will lead to lower levels of engagement. People will be shallow processing the world. New formats and technologies will emerge with significant implications for marketing, and with ad avoidance happening at the brain level. Trust dissolution. Claimed trust levels continue to fall, leading to more government regulation with more restrictions on marketing. Seeing the walls of the walled gardens get higher, requiring greater adaptability, modular services, and advanced capabilities. Engineered serendipity. Social and e-commerce environments will increasingly anticipate people's wants and needs before they know it, reaching up the funnel and pulling people down ahead of competitors. For marketers, large swaths of decision-making will be outsourced to machine learning. Decentralized influence, where brand messaging and commerce is increasingly mediated within unstructured environments. By a dramatic expansion in the number and influence of influencers, upending the traditional routes to consumer, communications and commerce collapse into one. And finally, purpose pervasion. With what will feel like every brand communicating their purpose, making it even harder to be heard, and frustrating organizations that are genuine in their efforts. Assessing the commercial contribution of this will propel the industry to find the single KPI that brings everything and everyone together. 6 forces of change that will impact the world of marketing, changing the capabilities of today into the capabilities of tomorrow.
So I know time's up. I've seen that. I will try and they've shown that. So a couple of minutes more, and then I'll end some of the thoughts we have. So what does these 5-6 things mean? So physical separation, that means more medium, more platforms. Is efficiency even the metric? I think the previous session those were raised. What really is the key metric? Shallow living, ad avoidance obviously becomes very critical. Lower attention. So how do you really do single-minded communication, which is what all of us were taught. Trust dissolution. Loyalty is a fading concept. Consumers are questioning the role of brands in their life. Do you even need brands? Those are the kind of questions for some of the consumers which are coming in. And each of these have very, very different implication, making us, rethink what the consumer is really thinking and what is it that we as either marketers or agencies which we need to do. This is essentially the tension between what the consumer is saying, what the marketing and therefore the agencies are thinking, that there's a big imbalance. But let's now look at it from the marketer's side, because that's something that we as agencies work very closely. This is my belief. The marketing function is today being driven by fear. Again, there are exceptions to this statement, but by and large, the finance stroke procurement stroke CFO stroke finance heads are actually running the company. You want results dramatically. Without naming a client, I will tell you one real incident. We put one client's advertising up on television. On third day, client says, "Mera sale nahi hua." Third day. Okay, and that's the reality. It's like you walk in and you tell the client, hey, maybe there is something to do with your product or distribution. I'm not walking away from my responsibility. You tested this ad, it scored well. I think some soul searching is needed, which essentially is all about extreme short-termism. Marketing is still perceived, for all the talk that we do here, when we go back, if this belief was not there, then the number of pitches should not be happening to the frequency with which it is happening. And there are again progressive companies. For example, Coke is a very progressive company. Globally, they said we believe marketing is actually investment. Not many CFOs believe it, and there is a difference of what they think. Lastly, I think there is a need to clearly understand short-term vis-a-vis long-term. And I think no better than the investment industry, banking industry. Karthi is here, he spent a lot of time. You don't invest in a stock or something and say, tomorrow returns kya hua kya. You give it enough time, maybe 5-10 years, that's where you start reaping the benefit. If this fear is happening, I'll also share with you a very latest research done by the World Federation of Advertising. This research was published last month, 2023 October. So what does that say? What do clients want from agencies, from media agencies in particular? What are they wishing? First one, greater flexibility, greater simplification, greater consolidation, greater optionality. These are all 70 advertisers representing $50 billion of advertising. This paper is available freely in public. So when you get time, it's a, I think, 50-60 page document. I just picked up one. So very clearly what the consumer is away. He says, don't give me advertising. I'm continuously engagement brand. What is the brand? They are asking a bunch of questions. Marketers are asking a different bunch of questions. Obviously, there is a tension. Let's not walk away. Let's not be juvenile saying there is no problem. There is a problem. There is an industry-wide problem. And there are no easy solutions. And what this means is if you wish a lot of things, you are going to give up the responsibility for delivering what you are supposed to deliver. I wish my agency did this, my partner did that. Fantastic. You should make them responsible. But too much of wishing is also not a great sign. And it's not that there are no models. There are multiple models. As we speak, progressive agencies, progressive clients, these are a few, there are many more. It's not that agencies are not trying or clients are not trying, which is very good. Progressive clients do that, and I always look up to many progressive clients. Despite all that, have we got great results? Again, from the WFA in the same paper, only 11% of those polled believe that their agency partners, whatever one of these models, whatever they are using, is aligning to the future. There is the sense of, dissatisfaction. Maybe not. Okay, thoda future mein aur kar sakta hai. There is this constant sense, the same sense which the consumer is giving to the marketer. So we're becoming a world where there is not going to be ever possibly satisfaction. And so therefore, what do we do in all this situation? This is quite the position that we are in. If anyone reads all this, consumer is saying this, marketer is saying this, you will probably lose your mind trying to understand each other. And whatever be the model, what is the model, the agency of the future, there are multiple already available. Probably we don't need to reinvent many more. But what we do know are the ingredients. And this is the last slide. So there's 8 ingredients I'll briefly touch upon. The first is define expectations. Often when we go with clients, and I'm going to state it again, not take any names. I want awareness increase, I want consideration lift, I want brand love to go up, and of course I want sales today. This is not made up, this is 95% of the brief. Instead of consideration, it could be something else, but this is the reality of today. There are very few clients. Again, we have fortunate to have one such client where we work with the founder. And all he said, and it was such a refreshing moment, it happened about 6 months ago. He said, I just want to do this. Don't worry about ROI, don't worry. So that does not mean you will not look at ROI. He said, I know this takes time. It will take me 4 or 5 years. I will put the money, I will be patient. Gutsy marketer, salutes to him, that's what we need. chase one or at best two things. That clarity means you have to do more work at the marketing side. And if you are going to define 5, 10 different things, you can do lots of KPIs. It doesn't matter how many KPIs you have. The problem will be decision making. What do you chase? What is the lead thing? What is that one thing which we can say we've achieved something? That's the need of the hour. Equally important, and we hear it loud and clear, is agencies also have a role to play. This is not about marketer is doing everything and agency are shunning away. Agencies need to build, more horizontal talent. Today, the world of super specialization to the marketer has 100 things to do, and I pity them. If I were in their position, I will be equally be frustrated. We need to build, as agency leaders, we need to build talent which can actually join the dots, which can say what happens on your, say, a first party data to finally a media to communication. We should be able to do that, which means invest in the right talent, not walking away. Accelerate innovation, have a structure internally in the organization which is fit for purpose for a certain set of clients. If AI is something very important for a client, yes, you may have more AI scientists. But psychologists are more important for another set of clients, maybe have more psychologists. Not easy, but that's a need of the hour. Most important, focus and partnerships. Here, I'm not talking of partnerships with just media. Treat the client's business as a partner. When I do this, what really happens on your business? So we have had a sample conversation this happened last year. I went and told one of my clients saying, actually, don't invest. Because the impact of media on your business, that particular business, was 3%. It's not going to make any difference to you. Actually, probably keep that money. Your EBIT may go up. He was actually shocked. The CFO was sitting, the owner was sitting and saying, yeah, because it's not a media-led business. It's probably distribution going to do a better job. That requires courage, which means that agencies need to tell them, not be worried about how much the client will spend. And I'm not saying this because I'm standing here to make some brownie points. We've said this, we do it regularly. Of course, improve workflow efficiency. Speed is important. You can't take 60 days to create a plan. But we need to find smarter automations. Again, what I've stressed enough on how customer is, and we used to do, some of us in the early days, go and actually make market visits, talk to a few consumers. You will learn much more. We tell this to our clients, tell our teams also. We do it in few instances, not in all instances, and that's something which we all need to do more. Last but not the least, commercial bravery. If A2S is not the way to set budgets, why should agency compensation be only percentages? So there are multiple models one can explore. In fact, again, a lot of those are experimented in the world of financial planning. Portfolio managers are very interesting models of how you can get paid. We need to start re-exploring that. If we do all this, these are the ingredients. Now you can choose among that circle which I put various models. The answer lies in the ingredient. And each one, we can choose whatever recipe. You can make your own recipe and call it whatever it is. That's it for me. Thank you.